Thank you so much for joining us today. Now, congratulations to Laurel Bell. She is the winner of yesterday's Hoyt's Double Pass. We all know that on Monday it's St Patrick's Day, and we also know how busy Irish people can get on St Patrick's Day. So today is our very special version of Canterbury Live, looking at all things St Patrick's. And on the show, Ita Gain joins me from the Rose of Tralee Committee, and Emma Cropper tries her hand at Irish dancing. But first up, it's Bernadette joining me from the Christchurch Irish Society. Welcome to the program.
Thank you for having me.
First of all, let's look at Monday and what the significance is to Irish people for St Patrick's Day.
Well, St Patrick's Day, obviously named after the saint, St Patrick, celebrated within Christianity in general, has a special significance for Ireland because he's said to have brought Christianity to Ireland back around 500 BC, or AD, sorry, AD, that would make sense. And he has been celebrated since then, and we celebrate Irish culture, Irish heritage in his name on this day.
Isn't it funny that, you know, he had so much to do with Christianity, yet St Patrick's Day is known about drinking a little bit of Guinness?
It is, and unfortunately in some ways in recent years, I think Irish people have always been associated with what we call the crack and having a good time, and Irish people are seen as kind of gregarious and a lot of fun. And I think sometimes people have taken the stereotype a bit far with the old alcohol. But I think part of the culture and heritage is this idea of having the crack and, you know, dancing, singing, music, all those other things that we're famous for as a nation.
Do a lot of Irish people take the day off work so they can get involved with the celebrations?
Well, in Ireland, of course, it's a national holiday, so you would have the day off if you were in Ireland. Here in New Zealand and in other countries around the world, some people do if there's parades, etc. But a lot of people try and fit in their celebrations around their day's work, kind of blending in with the local culture as well, which is important.
But most probably take the next day off. Annual leave, of course.
Some take it off, I think, in the name of being Irish, while not necessarily being Irish, but you know how that goes.
I know of a few of them. Now, the Christchurch Irish Society, tell me about the society.
Well, the society was established in 1947, so we've been around a while, and actually it was in response to, I suppose, first waves of migrants into Christchurch, and it's been going since. We've had that wave, I suppose, back in the 50s, and then there was kind of people who went on their OE and never came back to Ireland, met a nice Kiwi guy, Kiwi girl, and decided to settle down. And then, of course, the most recent migration wave, well, we have a lot of people coming to Christchurch now from Ireland, helping to rebuild the city, etc. And the society has been there to support that community, but also to celebrate Irish culture, so to celebrate our history of dance, of music, of literature, and all those other things that we're famous for.
So you say you support the Irish people in Christchurch and in Canterbury. So it's nothing to do with the High Commission. You're actually something completely separate. So how do you support the Irish people?
Well, we do have very close relationships with Rodney in Auckland and the various networks that are there. But in terms of support, I suppose we try and do activities and also try and bring the community together, because sometimes just finding someone that has shared a similar experience of immigration, maybe talked about the schools, talked about other things that can be a challenge for migrants. So we provide that kind of space for people to interact and mostly, I suppose, to provide support for each other. That would be the key thing.
And you're the president.
Yes.
So tell me about your role as president. You must be one of the youngest presidents I've had.
In or around. I arrived in Christchurch about just 2.5 years ago now with my husband, and I got involved in the society. They've had a number of people that were probably older and definitely in Christchurch for a lot longer than I was. But as you do, you kind of come along and volunteer and try to do your bit for the community.
So tell me about, as the president of the Canterbury Irish Society, what you'll be getting up to on Monday.
Well, on Monday we have a busy day. We start a number of volunteers at 6 a.m. in the kitchens in our hall. We have a hall in Domain Terrace in Spraydon, and we will be there cooking up a storm, our traditional Irish breakfast. 2 eggs, 2 sausages, 2 rashers, 2 bacon, and 2 pudding, of course, and cups of tea all around. We'll do that for our membership and, of course, for anyone in the community that wants to join us. What else? Oh, yeah, so we start serving at 8 a.m. and then we'll go through for a few hours. People will call in on their way to work. Some people will call in with kids. Some retired people will just call in, hang around for a few hours, have a chat, have a cup of tea, enjoy the atmosphere, and then after that, I have a few little speaking engagements where I'm going to talk to a few people about Ireland and explain to them a bit about our culture and traditions and heritage, and just share that with the community in Christchurch.
That sounds like a very fun day, starting out cooking lots of breakfast.
Yep, you've got to do your bit.
Yeah, exactly. How many people are you actually expecting on Monday?
It's hard to know. We do ask people to RSVP, but this is probably not a strength of Irish people in general to be very good at RSVPing. So it's always really hard to know. You just kind of hope for the best. It could be anywhere up to, I mean, a lot of people are working, etc. So we're hoping for over 100 at least, yeah.
How often do you get together as an Irish community?
We try and run a number of different events because we're kind of cognizant that not everyone will share the same idea of what a fun time is or what they want to get involved in. So we have a lot of Sunday socials during the year which tend to be targeted towards the more retired community. And then we have some music, we have kind of a high tea, and that's a lot of fun. Then we have play groups for the children, for preschool children. We have Tiernan Og, which is a kind of a youth group for school children, and a youth group then for maybe the teenage groups. We also have kind of a number of ad hoc events, social events for those that like a bit more of a social night. Of course, we have a very vibrant Gaelic Athletic Association, which is basically about Irish sports. So a lot of our new migrants into Christchurch play a lot of the Irish sports. And that's really flourishing at the moment here in Christchurch. And then, of course, things like the Rose of Tralee, etc., which are just good nights out for everybody.
Yeah, and we're talking about that next, which I'm looking forward to. Now, so the events happening on Monday, you've got the breakfast in the morning. Any other events happening in the afternoon or evening that you know about?
Well, that's what the society do, but I'm definitely aware that there are a number of hostelries around the town that are providing various entertainments, some Irish musicians, Irish dancers. Over the weekend, a big event that's happening, which isn't so much on the day, is, as I mentioned, this Gaelic Athletic Association, which is one of the largest voluntary sports organisations in the world. And they promote Irish sports, so we would call them Gaelic football, which is a bit like soccer / rugby. Aussie rules would probably be the best, kind of nearest there. Then we also have hurling, which is a bit like hockey, but I've seen it described in the press as murder. Murder with sticks. And it's a bit like hockey, but faster. It's supposed to be the fastest field sport in the world. Hurling is what men play, and camogie is what women play. There's slightly different rules about contact, about no shoulder contact for women. But if you've ever played camogie, you know that there's more than one way to get in there.
Well, that sounds really interesting. Now, I just want to find out, on Monday morning with the breakfast, is there a cover charge for anybody that comes along?
Yes, it's $15 for the breakfast, $5 for children, and you can pay at the door. It was great if you can tell us in advance. We have a website and Facebook page, and you can email all these and tell us, just so we can gauge numbers. But otherwise, just come along and we'll do our best for you.
Bernadette, really good to see you, and thank you for sharing with us what's happening on St Patrick's Day. If you'd like to find out more, head to the website christchurchirishsociety.co.nz. Stay with us after the break. We talk about the Rose of Tralee.
Be watching CTV News first at 5 and you could win up to $5,000 every week with CTV's cash giveaways. For more information, visit our website and be watching CTV News first at 5.
Christchurch has its very own enchanted utopia, the Hitching Post. Pop in and see for yourself. A magical assortment of handmade creations, custom-made candles and artwork. Choose from our huge range of water features, garden art and imported giftware. Specialists in handcrafted metal artwork made in store. Nestled on 722 Marshlands Road. The Hitching Post, defining art our way.
Is this your year to upgrade your existing interior? Then head into Bathroom and Flooring Warehouse for the latest styles in European vanities, showers and baths, all at affordable prices. Bathroom and Flooring Warehouse also stock a large selection of carpets and vinyl for all your flooring needs. To view our full range, head into 159 Waterloo Road, Hornby, or visit bathroomandflooring.co.nz.
My son's helped me greatly with my independence now that I've got more mobility.
Mum, I've been looking into stand assist chairs from More Mobility. They recline back with a footrest, then when you want to get out of them, they stand you up. You can even sleep on them. More Mobility can bring one out for a free trial. There's even electric beds too. What do you think? For more range and more expert advice, see More Mobility, corner Clarence and Princess Streets off Blenheim Road.
What a difference more mobility makes.
CTV News and Weather is now nightly at 6:30 and 9:30. Find out about the rebuild, local politics, business, sports, culture and community. Weeknights at 6:30 and 9:30. Only on CTV.
Welcome back. Joining me now is Ita Gain from the Rose of Tralee. Nice to see you.
Thanks very much, Kenita.
Now, some people know what the Rose of Tralee is because they know about the Rose of Tralee, but also because we've had the Rose of Tralee last year on Canterbury Life.
Fantastic.
So, for those who don't know about it, what's the Rose of Tralee?
So it's an international Irish cultural festival, and it's held every year in August in Tralee in County Kerry on the west coast of Ireland, and it attracts young ladies in the age bracket of 18 to 28 to enter, and all they need to have is Irish heritage of some description.
Wow, that's quite open, I've got to say.
It seems easy.
Yeah, that's right. And quite a wide age bracket as well.
Yeah, it's a full 10 years. So some of the attributes that we're looking for are personality, poise, presence, character, charisma, accomplishments. So accomplishments, I guess, can be, whether you've got a qualification of some sort, how much work experience you have behind you, whether you've travelled, charity work, etc., etc. So I guess the night itself involves an on-stage interview. And in Canterbury, the local event, we've got 3 judges. So each of our contestants will be interviewed on stage, and then the judges will go off and deliberate and then announce a winner at the end of the night. So yeah, so in New Zealand, somebody coming from Canterbury, it's the beginning of a 3-step process. So you've got the regional heats in Canterbury, and then the winner of that represents Canterbury at the national final, and then the winner of the national is the selected New Zealand Rose and ambassador to represent New Zealand in Tralee in Ireland in August.
So tell me about the history of this. Is it very traditional, the Rose of Tralee?
Yes, it's been, we're now in our 56th year. And it was originally set up by 2 local businessmen. I think there was maybe about 4 of them, but 2 of them had, they all got together and they brainstormed and they said, how can we bring tourism to County Kerry in Ireland? And they said, why don't we use the song and the story of Mary, the Rose of Tralee? And that's how it all pretty much eventuated. And it's 56 years now, and it's one of Ireland's longest running festivals and largest festivals, and it's a whole 5-day Rose Madness Rose Tour. Wow. And it's fantastic. All the girls, they fly into Dublin. A lot of media coverage in Ireland. They fly into Dublin, they travel north on the Rose bus, head to Belfast, go across to Derry, then head over to Galway, and then eventually wind up in Tralee. And Tralee itself, 5-day festival, chock-a-block full of entertainment, fireworks, live concerts, theatre, and then of course the internationally renowned Rose Parade, where all the roses, all 32 roses, are on floats and they're paraded down the streets of Tralee.
And all the locals come out and watch.
Oh, they do, they do. And in the last few years, they've introduced the Rosebuds, which is for the young girls in Ireland to partake in a mini Rose of Tralee, I guess, if you like. And I guess the whole idea behind that is that one day they will step up and enter and represent one of the counties at home. The Rose of Tralee, it's very much, the brand Rose of Tralee is very much a household name at home in Ireland.
Now, a few years ago here in Christchurch, we actually hosted the national finals.
Yeah, quite a few years ago. It was 8 years ago, and since then it's been hosted in the Rose Centre in Hutt Valley in Wellington. So that was for, I think, about 7 consecutive years, and then last year it was in Taranaki. and this year we're going to host at the end of May. So what happens is when the national winner wins, whatever region they're from, they are then given the opportunity to host if they so wish to do so.
All right.
So yeah, it's bigger than wine night.
Yeah.
It's more like a 2-3 day event.
So
but I mean, it's a fantastic opportunity.
How hard is it to be on the committee for the Rose of Tralee and choosing the one person to represent Canterbury?
Well, I'm not part of that judging process. I'll leave that to the judges. I'm just organising the Canterbury, trying to get the girls on board, and it's not too late if you still would like to apply. We've only got 2 weeks to go, so...
So any girls out there with Irish history between 18 and 28?
Yeah, Irish heritage, 18 to 28, and there's a few other criteria as well, but please get in contact with Christchurch Irish Society and flick us through an email and I'll answer it and I'll get in touch with you. But yeah, we're keen. We've got 3 girls at the moment. We're keen to get maybe 2 or 3 more on board just to make it a real competition. And
So you're looking for a few more girls. Can you tell us a little bit about the 3 girls that have already put their names forward?
Yeah, so I've got 2 Irish girls and 1 Kiwi girl, and I guess that's important to let people know that. So you can be Irish born and living in Canterbury. You need to be living here for 12 months with the intention to live here for another 12 months. So I suppose that's to ward off those girls that are coming over on a working holiday visa. And, because if you're representing Canterbury, you really should be living here. And then I've got a Kiwi girl and she's got Irish ancestry. I believe it's her great-grandparents. And they're all wonderful girls. I've got 3. I just want a few more just to make it a real contest.
Okay, we've got a few more seconds left, so we can talk about exactly what you're looking for and what they have to have. Like what?
I guess, Kenita, the most important thing to a few points, 3 key points is it's not a beauty pageant. It's not based on looks. It is based on your personality. And you don't need to have a talent. Some girls kind of think that they need to have a talent, and there is no swimwear section either. So it's not a Miss World, it's not a Miss Universe, it's Miss Rose of Tralee. So we just want people to be themselves.
I think that sounds wonderful.
Yeah.
So nice to meet you, Ita.
Thank you very much.
To find out more about the Rose of Tralee, you can head to the website roseoftralee.co.nz, and it is being held at the end of March here in Christchurch, 29th of March at the Cashmere Club. So good luck to all you young ladies who'd like to take part. Stay with us after the break. Emma Cropper goes Irish dancing.
I'm Chris Lynch. Join me for CTV's new current affairs show Lynched every Monday at 8:30 right here on CTV, where I talk to the decision makers and those responsible for running our city.
Hi, I'm Steve and welcome to Carpet Kingdom. At Carpet Kingdom we stock a massive range of carpets and we're also the largest vinyl stockist in the South Island. And not only do we have an excellent range in store, but you can purchase our stock online. We offer free measuring quotes, we have our own installation team, we ship nationwide, so come on down and see us at Carpet Kingdom. 312 Wilsons Road in Waltham, just off Brougham Street, or visit us online at carpetkingdom.co.nz.
At Lamb & Haywood, we're committed to providing you with the very best environment at your time of greatest need. You can choose from the best facilities in Canterbury, our recently refurbished West Park Chapel, the Kerrs Road Chapel in Eastern Christchurch, or perhaps Waimana Chapel in Rangiora. However you remember, commemorate or celebrate the life of your loved one, whether it's an intimate group or a grand send-off, the choice is yours. Lamb & Haywood, a tradition of caring.
Hi, I'm Mark and welcome to Staywell Pharmacy. Whatever the season, Staywell Pharmacy has you covered. As an integrated pharmacy, we stock all the well-known pharmacy medicines, as well as quality nutritional and herbal treatments. Our team of pharmacists and full-time naturopath are here to help you find the products and advice to suit the needs of you and your family. So come in and see us at Staywell Pharmacy, 27 Shands Road in Hornby. Staywell Pharmacy, live well, stay well.
Hurst Auto Dismantlers, your one-stop shop for all your mechanical and car part needs. Our huge premises boasts a large selection of mechanical parts, panels, tyres and glass. Most makes and models are available on site, and if we don't have it, our trusted staff will do their best to source what you need locally and nationwide. So come in and see the team, or just give us a call and save time and money. Hurst Auto Dismantlers, 343 0099.
The world has a great deal to tell. Journalists from across the world report on their home nations and the experiences of the people who live there. World Stories.
Welcome back. I've just found out that our producer Tracy Brown has some Irish ancestry, so I will be nominating her for the Rose of Tralee in Canterbury. And good luck, Tracy. I'm looking forward to 29th of March at the Catchmere Club. Now, here is something a little bit exciting for you. Here is Emma Cropper, our roving reporter, giving Irish dancing a go.
They are the best in New Zealand. And now 3 local teenagers are heading to London to see if they have what it takes to become the best in the world.
Now try and keep the body nice and straight and do it again, and hold your arms tight.
In just a few weeks, the Irish dancing trio will travel to London to go up against thousands of dancers from all around the globe at the World Irish Dancing Championships.
I'm a little bit nervous because it's competing at Worlds and it's the biggest competition there is, so it's just a wee bit nerve-wracking.
But the odds are stacked against them. Irish dancing isn't as strong in New Zealand as it is overseas. Less competitions, little funding. It doesn't make competing internationally easy.
We have no competitions here from October to before they go, whereas everybody else is having one a week. It's very hard.
Really limited over here.
Very limited.
Despite being national champions, the fitness and dedication of the dancers, it's often overlooked by outsiders.
So what people fail to see is that these are as much equal. They put as much time as any sports team. They have to be fit, they have to be aerobic, they have to be constantly practicing. These children are practicing every day of the week, 2 and 3 hours to go to the World. You know, we know rugby teams that work and they practice. They work just as hard.
But their teacher is confident in her dancers. They're national title holders, practicing hours on end every day a week to be the best.
They give their very best, and as I always say to them, leave nothing behind and then you can't be disappointed with your performance, you know.
And lucky for these 3, they're not afraid of hard work.
It gets very tiring, but it's worth it.
That's Michael Flatley, one of the greatest Irish dancers in the world. But 14-year-old Mitch O'Hara isn't far behind.
My ultimate goal is to get in the top 5 at Worlds. So I've gone twice already and I'm just going to try and keep going regularly, trying to know my competition and start getting more serious about it.
He attends an all-boys school, best known for its strong rugby culture. So what do his friends think of his Irish dancing?
I try not to say it as much just because, you know, comments and stuff, but I suppose it's, if I were to bring it up, they'd support me. Well, I'd hope they'd support me.
To many, Irish dancing's a unique after-school activity. Roping in the children who have a real love of what they're doing can be challenging.
They've got to have a real passion for Irish dancing. Very lucky in that when they do come to Irish dancing, they grasp it, you know, and they love it, because it's different.
Shayla Kay Hallisey should know. She's been in the business 50 years.
Well, I feel it's my duty to do that. I've been really lucky and blessed that I've had it handed down to me through the generations.
Something she's carried on to her pupils.
My nana is Irish and I wanted to do Irish dances in front of her. My dad did it and he wanted me to do it.
Ruby's costume isn't just about the glitz and glamour. She always has a piece of her family with her on stage. Take a closer look. Her mum's embroidered their family crest into her costume.
Because she wanted me to represent our name and our family legacy.
But behind every great dancer is parent support. The dresses, the wigs, the headpieces. It's all thanks to the patient mums hiding out the back at practice.
A lot of hours. We've spent many hours here sewing them.
And being a dance mum doesn't come easy.
I was involved in athletics, but being a dance mum, it's twice as busy.
But the proud parents say it's worth it as they watch in the audience.
Quite overwhelming, really, and it's you're very proud to see your daughter, dancing in front of many people.
It's not just about being on stage. Believe it or not, the dancers can make a living out of it, many keen to pass their passion on to others.
I don't know, I like teaching kids. I just like it.
They even managed to teach a hopeless reporter a few steps. But while my dancing isn't quite up to standard, it's the lasting inspiration and lessons Shayla instills into her students that sticks.
Give respect to what they're doing, respect the people out there watching, respect the adjudicator, but mostly respect Irish dancing.
Emma Cropper, Canterbury Life.
Nice skills, Emma. Now here is a sneak peek at tonight's Rob's Country.
There's an awful lot of planning goes into these projects because they're not just a shed, they're a part of a new system. So we've got to look at how we're going to put the shed on the property, how it's going to match to the dairy shed, how we're going to get cow access to it, where we're going to sit the feed kitchen, where we're going to store many thousands of tonnes of feed for the coming season. So a lot of it stands with a lot of drawings on a piece of paper, a lot of conversations with the clients, trying to figure out how we're going to make the farm work. And then we have to go through all the regulations for the local district council, make sure we get all our boxes ticked, and then we can move forward with starting construction once we have a full understanding. Because just throwing the shed up in isolation probably going to lead to some shortcomings later on. So we need to study the farm as a whole system and go from there.
I mean, I'm absolutely astounded. There's a howling northwest Canterbury gale out there, and we're fine in here.
Yeah, I mean, we've got a breeze in here, and that's what we want. We want to get air exchange. The environment for the cows has got to be healthy. We don't want to have ammonia build up, which is one of the issues that many barn designs have. This barn's been designed with large overhangs, just so that we don't get water ingress in the bad weather. We don't get rain coming in onto the beds or onto the feed lane. The roof up the top there, we've got big overhangs. But what we've maintained is very large air spaces to get air movement. We've also got in the shed a large volume. We've got the curved shape that creates volume inside the shed, but also height, and that gives us, under still conditions, we get what's called thermal buoyancy or increased thermal buoyancy over a standard portal design, and that allows the air to continue to move and be drawn up through and out the top vent.
And I love the thing that pushes all the feedback. It looks as though it's something out of a science fiction movie.
Juno, yeah, the Juno. It's a great machine. It's just labour saving. Guys were coming down here at 10 o'clock at night to push feed up, and it's just another chore. There's a lot of work in these systems. There's a lot of details to be managed. So it's just another tool to help with the efficiency, really.
Do the cattle learn to adapt to it very quickly?
Well, some people say that they hear the beep. It has a wee beep, and that encourages the cows to get up, and that can increase feed intake, and the more feed we can get into the cows, the greater the production. But one of the big advantages is it just keeps feed up to the feed face, so that the cows that are ad lib feeding, so they can come and go to the wall, they can always find feed. Whereas if it's not pushed up and they can't reach the feed, then there's an opportunity lost. So it's a pretty important tool.
But the interesting thing is that these cattle are obviously really enjoying being inside. I mean, they're happy, they're content.
Oh, I mean, the cows look great. I mean, they're really healthy-looking cows. They put on weight when they came into the shed in the winter. The cows, they enjoy it.